to one MIT biologist, yes there is. Last Thursday, March 12th, there was an article posted online in which MIT scientist and biologist Dr. Shiva, and I sure hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, Ayadurai, responded to a tweet from U.S. President Donald Trump saying, and I quote, this is the tweet, "As an MIT PhD in biological engineering who studies and does research nearly every day on the immune system, the hashtag coronavirus fear-mongering by the deep state will go down in history as one of the biggest frauds to manipulate economies, suppress dissent, and push mandated medicine." So, back to our question, is there an agenda? Answer, well, it's my personal belief that if there is an agenda, and there very well could be, it really doesn't matter, and I'll explain why. This for two reasons. First, God overrules all and rules over all. And secondly, as believers in and followers of Jesus Christ, we know how this ends. Which brings me to the question, which is this the end? Well, yesterday, I was really struck by this Washington Post article that someone sent me. It is basically saying this: according to Christians who study the end of the world, this is not the end of the world. Let me quote this article, and then I'll try to make some sense out of it if I can. Quoting, "The worldwide upheaval caused by the fast-spreading novel coronavirus pandemic has many people reaching for their Bibles," which is a good thing, "and some starting to wonder, could this be a sign of the apocalypse? It sure might feel apocalyptic, but not if you ask Christian writers and pastors who have spent years focusing their message on the book of Revelation." I'm sorry I'm laughing. It is a little bit laughable. "It lays out," still quoting, "a lurid, speaking of Revelation, poetic vision of the end times in which many evangelical leaders interpret it to mean that Jesus will return to earth, believers will be raptured to heaven, and those left behind will suffer 7 dreadful years of calamities." Focused prophesiers, get this, still quoting, don't see coronavirus as heralding the second coming and the end of life on earth as we know it. So, is this the end? Well, I'm going to respectfully disagree with any so-called end times experts and say that I absolutely believe with all of my heart that the rapture can happen at any time. Yes, the coronavirus may have been meant for evil, but God, Genesis 50:20, as Joseph said when he revealed his identity to his brothers, but God meant it for good. You meant this for evil. So let's just say for purpose of discussion that this was meant for evil, but God changes everything. But God meant it for good in order to, as it is this day, to save many people alive. This is exactly what I see God doing as we speak. Indulge me for just a couple more minutes. I want to share with you something the Lord ministered to me. It's a 3-pronged acronym of hope and encouragement, and the acronym is GOD, God. The G is for good. God, as only He can, is bringing good out of this, and I believe many are turning to the Lord, some are turning back to the Lord, and many are doing things they would not have otherwise done had it not virus and everything shutting down. The O in God is for okay. You're going to be okay. God is going to see you through this.